You can agree to meet him at your apartment, your above ground apartment. He would probably suggest that and not offer his own place as an option.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that's hold on. Okay. Then yeah, she would probably, once she gets above ground, message him to see if he's willing to meet and talk. She has some questions about the spot.
He messages back and just says, "Where should I meet you?"
My apartment.
He sends a thumbs
And
up.
then she goes there and maybe tidies up a bit while she waits.
I assume some of the books that were there before have now been taken back to Oren.
Yeah.
Tomlin's collection. After you've tidied up a little bit, you hear a knock at the door.
All right. She goes and answers it.
Agnes.
Theodore, good evening. Come in.
He nods and follows you in.
She closes the door after him. And will kind of gesture so that he can help himself to like sit down if he would like.
He sits down on the couch.
She'll join him. First I wanted to apologize for what I asked you to do. I was insensitive of me. I'm sorry putting you in that situation.
No, that's fine. I offered to help with Oren. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more helpful.
No, you don't have to be sorry. I understand. That was a big thing to ask someone, and I appreciate you being willing to try and help. But yeah, thank you, and I'm sorry.
Please, no need to apologize. Is Oren okay now?
Yes, he's okay. He's moving and feeling fine. So all is well.
That's good.
If you want to visit him or see him, you're welcome to.
I probably will.
Good. You would like that? Sure. Thank you for giving me the information that I had requested. I when reading it, the Festival of the Dead. Do you think there's any chance that could be intended to happen here?
I think it is possible that is one of their goals. It would be happening relatively soon. But I don't know what they have planned. There would need to be a lot of movement for them to be able to hold the festival in New York. I worry
A
that
lot
they
of
have something big planned.
Yeah, I worry that too. The festival is about celebrating death, right?
Yes, and kindred revelry. Some people take it as more of a serious holiday. Some, it is an opportunity to gather and create chaos as a group.
And that chaos is more so inflicted on kind.
Almost exclusively.
Okay.
There will be massive casualties.
Do you so there it seems that they're underground now. Do you think they will come above ground for this festival or
I don't know. I can see it going either way. It's hard to say how much space they have underground. It may be enough to bring a significant amount of kind.
I don't I don't like them being that close to home. Do you can you tell me about their havens? Is there a way to get in or get them out?
It depends. There is there are many different rituals one can do to protect an area, and the Sabbat have a lot of bastardized rituals. It's possible that only members of the pack would be able to enter, but when I left them, they did not have anyone that was capable of that kind of blood sorcery. It's possible that there is a way in, and we just haven't found it yet.
All right. Are you could you do some kind of protective something for the Warren? We'll pay you, of course.
Protecting the entire warren might be difficult, but we could try and fortify some areas.
I I would I would like that a lot.
I can do that.
Thank you. I want to do everything in my power to stop this threat. So if you need anything from me, you're the expert, and I appreciate all the help you've already given. Just, I'm worried.
I'm also worried. I'm trying to put all of my effort into stopping this threat as well.
Where do you think would be the most common place they would go to hunt? Find people to bring down there.
It's hard to say. There are many tourists in New York. That's probably where they would look first. But
All right.
I don't know. We didn't. There wasn't much care for where people were taken from or what kind of trouble that could get us in. I don't imagine that's changed.
All right. The orphan kindred. Do you think that do you think this correlates?
No,
No.
I believe most of the orphans are former Thin Bloods.
Yeah, that makes sense. Camarilla just never noticed them when they were thin bloods. You're going to be at Elysium?
Yes,
Do you think Elysium is a good time to bring up this threat?
I
Not
don't.
you bring it up. I don't want you to get in the crossfire or anything, but
I think it's. I don't know if there is a good time, but it will certainly be all of the right people in the room.
right.
Although it might be something to bring up with the least large audience possible. The prince prides herself on the success of the Battle of New York.
Understand. But I don't want to risk ruining that pride. Um, okay. Find the right moment, I suppose. If rather when light breaks out, I'm not a fighter, but is there anything any advice you could give?
Hide.
All right.
I hope we will have enough fighters on our side.
I hope so as well. I just wish we had more information to operate on. I feel like once we get that information, it'll be too late to take the time to plan.
They like to play games. Their fighting is not so brutal, at least not this pack. If there are others here, then that's a different story. But Ever and I's pack is a lot more engaged in the torture part.
Right. So more so physical, not necessarily mind games or
No mind games. I would say that
like
we should prepare for psychological warfare.
okay. Is there any way we can play it back? Yeah.
Perhaps to be honest, I haven't thought about that much.
If you think about it, if you get an idea, I'd like to have a would like to have a move to make. Trying to think of what our move should be.
Yes.
Move. Try to play several moves ahead. Is there anything in particular that your previous pack cared for or about?
Not anything out of the ordinary. Magnus, Ever's brother. That wasn't always his name, but that's what we called him. He is very big on loyalty, and I fear that their goal is bringing Ever and me back into the fold. I don't know if that's their goal. I don't even know if they know that we're here. Well, they know Ever's here, unfortunately.
No, Ever's here. Alright, yeah. I did play with her. And whether they know that you're here or not, they're playing with you too.
They are.
Playing with us all. How far are you willing to go to stop them?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
That's okay.
Strategically, it would make sense for us to try to figure out what they want, to try to get a confrontation with them. However, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to assume why. So would you be willing to share?
I am worried that I will return to them.
I don't think you will.
That's a nice thing to say.
I'm not saying it because it's nice. I'm saying it because I believe it. I think if you were going to go back to them, you either would have already or you wouldn't be worried that you will.
I hope that
I
you're
don't
right.
yeah,
You don't what?
I don't know what kind of man you were then. Didn't know you. But I do know you now. Perhaps not incredibly well, but I would consider you a friend. And I just don't see you going back. You're not the same. I have faith in you, if that means anything. But I also will not ask you to do something that grave, that you can't be asked to confront your past and your fears. It just is something that has to occur.
Perhaps someday I'll be ready.
Well, if you don't do it on your own terms, I'm sure that they will provide the terms.
I'm sure they will.
And that may be the right time. But we could also always just use an illusion of you to lure them out, make them think you're someplace, both you and Ever. I'm sure that would get everyone.
What do you have in mind?
I'm not sure. A trap? If I would say an ambush, but I don't want to resort to conflict so soon. I just would prefer more of a information gathering, bring them out, see how many there are. Maybe if we were prepared enough, handle them then.
That is an idea.
I'll think about it more.
I will as well. There are many rituals I know that are not written down in books.
Rituals that would help us or that they may be using both.
Both. Agnes, do you have any mirrors in this apartment?
No, I don't.
Good.
Why?
It is possible to create a portal through a mirror.
Right.
I would caution the Warren against use of them as well.
I will. Thank you. Is there any other things like that I should be aware of?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
Agnes, can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
When we spoke the other day, and you asked about my story, what were you trying to gain from that?
I don't know if gain is the proper word. Trying to learn about you. I wanted to be able to make better judgment on you. Mostly that was it. I wanted to learn and to know what I think. I can't really form a proper opinion on someone without knowing them. So I was giving you the opportunity to be known, which is something we all deserve.
Okay.
Why did you ask?
I am not usually so forthcoming with people. I wanted to know. I don't know. I want to know your opinion of me against my better judgment.
You know, do you remember when we first met?
I
We went
don't know.
grocery shopping.
Right.
I didn't even know your name. You, well, you didn't bat an eye, and you, looked at me. And I normally use that as a good judge of, gauge my first impression of people, of kindred. So, really, from the first moment I met you, I liked you, or at least I knew that I would if I got to know you. When I learned how much you had done to Ever, I was appalled. I am. It's not something I like, everything that you did in your past, but I look at you and I see someone that regrets that continuously hurts over that. As I said, I don't believe that you're the same man anymore. I think you have grown and you show the signs of continuing to grow. I still like you, Fyodor. I think I can trust you. I might be wrong, but I guess that's a risk I'm willing to take, considering I continue to reach out to you and that I told you you can see my son. So yeah, I guess that's a long-winded version of my opinion of you. I also I want to help you. I don't I don't know how I don't know what the best way is, but I am here for you.
Thank you, Agnes, for a lot of things.
You don't have to thank me. You're welcome.
I have some things I need to get done before dawn.
Yeah, I need to know as well. Yes. Thank you for meeting me.
Of course. I will see you at Elysium, I'm sure.
See you at Elysium. She kind of like pats his hand before they get up, and she'll walk them to the door.
He like gives you a very awkward like nod when you pat his hand, and then gets up and leaves.
Okay.